Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today, we're going to be talking about the first update for Multiverse Tower Defense, and I have to say that it was definitely probably one of the weakest updates I've seen from all the Tower Defense games so far. And as someone who has played every single Tower Defense that there is out right now, I can tell you for sure this is the weakest update by a lot. And I guess we'll start off with what they talked about before. I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys. Um, so they kind of opened up with the part one, which was the first one where it goes, update includes mythical pity system, which should have already been in the game. Teleporting fixes for the queue should have already been fixed. I mean, that's more of a bug fix, not content. You know what I mean? Uh, auto chamber buffs. What that is like AFK chamber. If you guys do not know, that's a way to raise the player count. But the sad part is, after this update even dropped, no one was interested in that part because it's just meaningless if they're not going to play the game. So it's a weak part of the update as well. Better controller support. That's quality of life. That's the first quality of life thing that actually is interesting. You know what I mean? Lag optimization, good. You know, it's a bug fix. Event timer, not content really, but that's a thing. Joy Boy, the strongest beast units added for tomorrow's update. And then they gave us the code Will of Delay. If you guys want to see the codes, I'm going to drop them down below for you guys so you guys could take a look. But besides that, now we're going to be talking about the next part of the update when they actually did release the new update. We have released a content update one along with new units, the raid, all that good stuff. The raid bugged out. The raid is so ridiculously hard that no one was interested in even playing the raid, and endgame players are getting tired of it already. Because if you don't have trunks with really good traits and max level and all that good stuff, then you're not going to be able to compete in the raid. You need a shield breaker because the damage the dudes in there have thousands of HP and shield off rip, which is just some ridiculous numbers. So it's almost nigh impossible right now to actually defeat the raid, and that's the one bit of content that's supposed to keep the players playing. They talk about nerfing it, which I will throw up a screenshot of that as well. I believe it was in the sub announcements where they talk about. Oh no, it was in the polls where they talk about nerf the raid slightly. Now, keep in mind when they say nerf the raid slightly, right? You have to take into consideration the fact that the raid's already hard enough, and they're also about to make the bosses in the raid more strong tomorrow. So if the raid is nigh impossible right now, why even, add the boss stuff right now? Or, if you're going to do any type of nerf, it's going to be like a massive nerf because the content does not match what we can obtain in game. I don't know who tested this. Obviously, like testers can, do whatever, and then they could have the most end game build, and then they could kind of roll with it. And freaking at the end of the day, the testers, they could be right, they could be wrong, but this is definitely one of those situations where people are more annoyed with the raid than anything, and people who want to play the game can't even play the game right now. So, yeah, the raid definitely needs a fat nerf, not just a slight nerf, because keep in mind it's only going to get harder tomorrow when they actually add this stuff in, and then we're going to see what happens after that. They did add a code where they gave one of those really nice things, the super rare things. I forgot they're called. Enhanced reroll crystal. I did get cursed from it, which is kind of cool. I'm definitely gonna roll off of it. It's a little too complicated to run for a character like Goku Black, and I definitely don't have the units to really work with it because it takes away more than it gives, depending on the situation. So unique things here and there, but at the end of the day, this is more for a character that is not doesn't need the help. But yeah, honestly, the update was pretty weak. I don't think a lot of people are totally interested in it. Like the player count has been a decent 5,000 people and dropping, and it's probably going to drop even lower tomorrow. Because even when the game didn't have this update, the player count was still at 4,000. People were still playing the game, but they keep getting rid of things like anytime they find a new exploit or a new way to grind, they end up getting rid of it instantly, and it just makes the game a lot less fun to play. And I think Anime Power Defense ran into the same situation where they got rid of stuff like macroing and stuff like that. And I understand the games are trying to make a buck right now, but what you guys also have to realize is that if your game is okay and it's got all right systems and stuff like that, but you still want to like make it less quality of life experience because you want to make a quick buck, people are just going to play a different game. There are two massive tower defense games and one blowing up behind them, which is anime anime power not anime power defense, anime defenders. Anime Defenders is the biggest one right now. Anime Last Stand is still dropping updates faster than anybody else with the most content. And then after that, we also have Anime Special Tower Defense, which I don't personally like because I think it's boring. But a lot of people are super interested in that one because it feels like a much easier version of all these other games to play. So you pretty much have the Toys R Us version of tower defense games competing with all the other tower defense games out here. So these games, you either got to drop a crap ton of content or you need to make your game so easy to play or so like quality of life assured to the point where people should not have to worry about the side objectives of figuring out how to play your game to the max. Like the whole point of these tower defense games is to play the gacha, get your units, be happy with the units that you have, collect more units, build a team with those units, and play the game and feel fulfilled. When you have to do all the extra grinding and they get rid of all the side systems and they make it harder and harder so you can maybe buy VIP later on, then people are going to get mad. People are going to be very upset. They're going to consider these updates trash. And especially for something that's supposed to be considered an update one, there have been so many update ones that blew up. Anime Power Defense had like what 5 to 6 units drop, including the secret unit, and another world and more content. And it was just like that was a small update, but for a team of only like 2 people, that's way more than this game. Like this game should have had a lot more done. Realistically speaking, they're not going to be able to compete with these types of numbers unless they drop update 2 next week and we actually see some real content because this is definitely not going to work. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I will see you guys later. Take it easy, dudes, and peace out.